So first you'll notice that this is starting inside of Windchill 9.1, so it doesn't require a new release of 9.1, but we have implemented this social toolbar providing access to all of these social computing features. For example, this micro-blogging client that helps the team members communicate with one another. Again, whether they're next door or separated by a few continents and time zones. In this case, we see one of the engineers is having a challenge with part of the design that he's working on. And that starts a communication thread, just very naturally and fluidly among the project team. One of those team members is off-site and happens to be at a trade show and sees that question or query from one of his team members and actually finds kind of an interesting, maybe potential solution to that problem at a trade show. So that team member here will snap a photograph of this with his mobile phone and communicate that back to the project team inside of the firewall, really extending the boundaries of product development outside of the cubicle and encompassing product development wherever you happen to be when you have a good idea at the right time. Now it turns out that that engineer that was having that problem liked that solution quite a bit, and that's an area to investigate and move forward. Another area of social computing that's pretty important is this concept of tagging. Now, Windchill has a rich set of capabilities for attribute management and classification, kind of a full, rich approach for metadata management. But sometimes you want a lighter weight approach too. So Windchill SocialLink augments that attribute and classification approach in Windchill with some lightweight tagging. Here in this case, maybe we want to tag this axle casing, not just with a formal structure of attributes and classification, but in this case with some text that says, hey, this was the design that came from that trade show idea. It allows the team to capture metadata about the project that makes sense to them at that time. And the last segment I'll highlight here is the ability for Windchill SocialLink to help you find and communicate with other people in your organization, to form those connections. Many of you work in very large organizations where it's difficult to know everyone who can help you address a problem. Windchill SocialLink will help you define and maintain your skill profile